Welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In this session, we are going to discuss about the out of specifications and change control. So, out of specifications are being referred as the test results that lies outside the specifications or the acceptance criteria. So, like specifications are being prepared at the various stages of the dosage form development, ranging from in-process specifications or finished product specifications or stability specifications or stability testing at accelerated or long-term conditions and analytical method specifications. So it is being found that sometimes the test results comes out of the specifications. So what does it imply? It simply means that the product is not behaving as it was expected. The specifications are prepared keeping into consideration the official pharmacopoeial requirements and the compendial requirements. So if the product is lying outside these specifications, so it simply means that the product is not behaving as desired and there is some problem or some issue lying with the dosage form development or at any stage which is causing this deviation. So like out of specification may be observed during the analysis of stability studies, both the kinds, accelerated and long-term stability studies, or like finished product specifications, in-process specifications, raw material specifications, packing material specifications. So when the product is being manufactured, it is assumed that the product test results would lie within the range specified in the specifications. But sometimes it happens due to error at any time point or error in the method of production. It may happen that the degradation takes place much faster than expected and results in the out of specification condition. Now, US FDA has given clear-cut guidelines to the industries investigating out-of-specification testing results for the pharmaceutical production. So, it comes with the two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is about the laboratory investigations, which says that it should include an initial assessment of the accuracy of the laboratory data, whereas phase 2 focuses on the full-scale out-of-specification investigations, which consist of a production process reviews and additional laboratory work. So when we talk about the phase 1, that is the laboratory error, it says that the out of specification condition results may arise either from the instrument or from the reagent or from the reference standards or from the environmental conditions or the test methods, analysis and calculation. So it may arise from many factors and that factor needs to be detailed out, that factor needs to be understood, that why this error is being coming out, why this out of specification is coming, that needs to be understood, because out of specifications are not expected as per the regulatory guidelines. These out of specification conditions are not acceptable at all at any condition with reference to the GMP guidelines and with reference to the regulatory guidelines. So it is being assumed that the chances of errors, the out of specifications, may arise due to method of analysis or due to the use of non-calibrated instruments or due to the error in calculations or maybe sometimes due to the analyst error or maybe due to the instrument failure at any time point. So these are the conditions whereby the product may degrade faster or like there may be a manufacturing flaw which may result into the out of specification condition at any stage point. Out of specification simply means the deviations from the result. It is the values lying away from the specifications. The product is behaving unnatural, unpredictable, and it is not going as per the predefined conditions. Now, the procedures for out of specifications may be reporting to the laboratory supervisor about the changes and recording and numbering of the out of specifications. It also involves detailed investigation by the analyst and also the laboratory testing, approval by the lab supervisor. The testing needs to be carried out again to ensure that the result is not the same next time. So the out of specification condition demands that the procedure for taking care of the out of specifications may be due to the preparation of the test reports, again evaluation of the suspected results, then investigation by the technical management team, and sometimes it may be required that conclusions and report of the data should be reevaluated and reconsidered, and again the whole setup has to be reviewed and analyzed by the quality manager. Now, out of specification conditions require certain investigations. For example, retesting. This is done to ensure that the results obtained first time may be due to some error which may have happened at that particular time point, and if that error is being removed out so that it comes in the specifications. And also sometimes resamplings are being done. The original batch may be sampled by the quality assurance second time after quality had authorization for reanalysis, and sometimes reanalysis of the resampled material for the verifications of the results may be required if the manufacturing investigation does not have root cause. So it actually demands sometimes a retesting, resampling and reanalysis. Next, we move on to the change control. What do we understand by the change control? So change control simply means that it is a method that ensures that either change to the material or to the change of the method or to the change of the equipment, or maybe due to the software change, the documents are being reviewed again, they are documented well, and the change is being reviewed well and approved and is traceable as a change control. Now what happens is in the pharmaceutical industry is that once the product is approved, once the product is in the market, it is being assumed that no sort of the change is being permitted as per the regulatory requirements, as per the GMP guidelines. Regulatory norms says that you cannot change any of the conditions once the product has been approved, once the product is in place in the market. Similarly, GMP guidelines lays out stress that no change is permitted. So but sometimes it happens due to the shortage of the raw material, you may have to acquire raw material from some other suppliers with some other grading, or like you require certain method changes after the results of long-term analysis, or like some sort of the equipment changes. So whenever any sort of the change is desired, either from the material or from the method or from the equipment or maybe due to the software, you need to take approval again from the regulatory agencies. You need to take care of the GMP guidelines. The reason being that it is being assumed that any sort of the change is not permissible since the product is into the market, it is already established, and that change may cause some other change which may prove to be unsafe for the product. So it is being assumed that each and every change should be well documented, well reviewed and well traceable, and this process of the change is known as the change control. Now, the change basically means any modification to the product, document, process, equipment, instrument, system, facility. So, any sort of the change in these may come under the purview of the change control. So, change control basically refers to the procedural part. It is the procedural review part which verifies, regulates, manages, approves, and control changes made to the existing operating system or facility or process or procedures or any sort of the document or product of any of the combination. So change is the actual change in any of the process, and change control is the whole system. Now you can see this is a 5-stage process which starts from the request for the change, and then it goes to the impact analysis, that what impact the change is going to actually takes place. Then third is to approve that change or not, either to allow that change or not. Sometimes it happens that it may impact several processes, so the change is being denied clearly, and in some cases it is being approved. Once it is being approved, it needs to understand that it has to be implemented. Then how it has to be implemented, that process review reporting is being carried out. So you can say it is a multi-stage process once it is being understood that the change has to take place and how it has to take place. So this again is the process control chart, which clearly explains that once the identification of a potential change is being required, later it moves to the validation of the potential change, followed by the determination of the impact of a validated change, and then final review and approval of the validated change, and then the change is being closed down. Now again, this is the process of the change control. After the change request identification is being released, then the change request is being assessed, and it is being analyzed and approved and then at the later stage only it is being implemented. So you have to memorize this process flow. Now there are several things which needs to be taken care in advance. Suppose if there is any change in the process, that change should be very well documented. It should be very well audited out, and this requires personal training, or like kappa. Kappa followed by the change deviations, change control, and investigations and equipment calibration and complaint reporting. So like these are the Kappa basically refers to the corrective actions and preventive actions, and the changes which deviations which are being which beings happen once the change control is being applied. So like these corrective actions and preventive actions needs to be taken by the organization under the purview of the quality management system. Now in this graph also you can see these are the various requirements of the quality management system, which starts with the change control, followed by the market complaints review, audit management, deviation management, vendor qualifications, and kappa corrective actions and preventive actions. Now this whole process of quality management system involves quality assurance, quality control, compliance and the audit, quality system, analytical development. So it is a very detailed out process that needs to be looked after. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. Thank you so much.